Alright, James Osari here, and I'm going to go over the gear that I bring into plein air. First and foremost, plein air, you're going to be outside, so hydrate. Bring your water, bring your lunch, bring your sunscreen, bring your hat. My Tilly. If you think you're going to want to sit down, bring a stool, a portable stool or something. Bring your water. Hydrate. Don't get sick out there. I don't usually bring a stool when I'm painting anymore. I used to all the time. Now when I'm painting, I just stand up. It's just the way I paint. So, first of all, get yourself an easel. Some way to set your painting up, obviously. You don't have to get, this is the full French. There's a half French that's half this size and it carries your gear. There are new easels today that are just fantastic as far as their capacity to hold a canvas. Real small boards and real big canvases and such. This is what I started with, daggum, 40 years ago. So, still have it. Been repairing it as I go. Modified it a little bit with a base strap because it's heavy as can be. Keep on lightening it, trying to get more and more stuff out of it so that I can carry it further into the woods. There are other pieces of gear that they sell now that you may be more interested in, but this is what I carry. So I carry the easel, I carry some platforms. I just posted a video of platforms if you're interested in figuring out which platform is for you. I usually carry nothing smaller than an 11 by 14, and I love to work on the panels. They're rigid and easy to carry. They snap right in here when I'm done and lay in the floor of the truck. The other outfits, you have to carry a board case and your gear, so I didn't like that, so I stick with this. But you know, you can always paint within distance of wherever you park or carry it back with you. So at any rate, I have a bungee cord that helps hold my legs in on my easel, and it carries paper towels. You know, you're going to either want to carry paper towels or rags. Definitely. The other thing that's in, well, let's open it up. So, like I said, I've been using this one for so long. Setup for me with this one is, I feel it's exactly how long it should take. Have it all put together. I have it can go to various heights. This one doesn't go super high or super low, but right in the middle where I like to work. So, and then you'll open it up this way and you'll be able to see inside. But for this video and the purposes that we have here, we're just trying to see, what does James keep in this thing? These are the essential supplies, the essential gear that I bring with me every single time that I go out in plein air. So if you're gonna join me for one of my plein air workshops, this is what I'm looking at. You got your easel, you got your platform, you got your bug spray, and your whatever for the elements. You're gonna need a palette. This easel came with this palette, so I like this palette just because it fits in here so perfectly. So you'll need your palette. Again, some rags. Alright. At least one knife, unless you're going to be knifing it. There's some pencils in here for preliminary work. Insect repellent, 100% DEET. Don't get that on you. Alright. There is cotton swabs. Oh, here we go. Here's the sunscreen. And if I didn't have enough, here's another little one that I carry. So Very important, pay attention to the elements. You're going to be out there. Don't get yourself hurt or sick. So if I'm going to do a large painting, I carry more of these. Particularly the one is a blending material, and one is just my turpentine. So the blender that I like to use is made by Winsor Newton. See that one now? And it's just for my oils. And I carry a mixture of linseed oil to put in my blending, and then this is just your basic they sell odorless turpentine and such, but this is just mineral spirits, just mineral spirits. All right, and the mineral spirits you can use as a thinner also on your undercoats, and help spread it all out, and you get your own mixture going. A couple of different things. So let's save the paints for last. I'll go over the colors for last, because that'll be kind of involved. An apron, smock, or whatever they're calling it nowadays, something to keep the paint off of me, because everything I own has paint on it. But anyhow, vinyl gloves, rubber gloves, so you can keep your hands clean. I was refusing to use all that when I was younger, and now I just don't like the mess. And then a condensed variety of brushes. All right, so a couple of flats, number 1 and number 3 and a number 6. Here's a couple of number 3s and number 6s. So you see, I don't carry a whole ton of brushes with me. I'm not going to tell you which brushes to get, but basically the ones that I like will hold, they're flats, so they hold a straight line. The bristles, I like the synthetic mongoose when I'm working with oils, and it's a long bristle, so it holds more paint, but it doesn't give you theoretically as much control when you're painting. But just a couple of flats really do exactly what I want them to do. So those really, it might surprise you that I don't carry a whole ton of brushes with me, and I replace them as they get wore out. And if I'm doing something extraordinarily large, I'll choose brushes accordingly, but I try not to use the little tiny detail brushes anymore. And that pack fits right in there just like that. Very nicely. I also carry a couple of tools, like a pair of pliers. Let's see, are these in here? Here they are. Pair of pliers, just in the event that I can't get my paint open, and it happens more frequently than not. And I've been fortunate enough to have that with me to help out fellow artists who also run into the same problem. So it is something that happens frequently, that you'll need a pair of pliers to get your lids off, and apparently leave them off. Alright, so what kind of colors do I bring in with me? I try to bring a warm and cool. There's your color theory class. If you haven't taken one, you should. A warm and cool of at least every primary and some secondaries. That's titanium white. I'm just trying to get these in some organized fashion so that you all can see the different colors that I use, the vivid colors and the different temperatures. Now, it actually seems like a lot of paint in here to me, but this is an extremely full palette as far as I'm concerned. So what I've got, some titanium white, all right, and a zinc white. There's my zinc white. All right, so a couple titanium whites and a zinc white. I don't need to tell you why. You'll have to take my painting class to figure out why. I use an ivory black, just a little. This has been in here for forever, so I won't really use it a whole lot. And then in the fall, some good fall colors in here with the burnt umbers and the raw umbers. that I keep in my case really at all times. So those two, and then let's start here. Let's do a couple of yellows. Look, the yellow that I really loved was a yellow light. All right, a cadmium yellow light. But what I found was it was just too much white in it, and I couldn't get a really good color. So I just the cadmium yellow. This is cadmium yellow hue, so I can eat it if I want. But this is actual cadmium yellow, and it really just blasts some color. And then you have some of the cooler colors, the Naples Deep, and a yellow ochre. And moving right forward is a cadmium orange, straight on cadmium orange, and a this is Windsor orange. It's a little deeper, more towards the red side. So that one's in there. And then a red that's not really super red is the Windsor Cadmium Red Hue. All right, so that's about as red as I technically get. This is also a cadmium red. If I can get a good cadmium red in there, that's excellent. But if I want to spark it up, quinacridone. All right, quinacridone's in there. A leaf is in there. Then to my blues, I carry an ultramarine deep. This is okay, let's start here. Cobalt. Carry a cobalt, good medium blue. And a French ultramarine. And the French ultramarine is my real deep color. There's the ultramarines are really like my darks, right? And if that doesn't do, I sneak a violet in there somewhere. This is probably actually an ultramarine light, but they're calling it. I don't know. It might be a dioxazine violet. I don't know. Not totally necessary to keep in there, but I keep it in there. And then my ceruleums. And a phthalo turquoise, which actually is the same as my ceruleums. And then my greens. And I love my greens. Everybody knows I love my greens. And I use a couple of different greens. I keep a sap green in here because it's just, I use a sap green so much that instead of mixing it up all the time, I just take it with me. So there's one of my sap greens. There's a phthalo in here if I get all crazy and really want to get bold or need to mix something down. The phthalo is excellent for that. All right, same thing here. There's barely any left in there. It's kind of, you don't want to get that one on either. It's got great staining ability. Then there's the permanent greens. All right, this is almost an emerald green, but they're calling it a permanent green. So permanent green and I wouldn't say emerald green. It's emerald green's a lot lighter, but in order to go there, I can use any of my cadmium yellows, cadmium yellow light. So I carry this the medium, which is a good permanent green. So, and there you have it, folks. Gosh, that ended real quickly. Good. So, if you're going to join me out in plein air, bring your water, your beverage, your lunch. Oh yeah, there may or may not be a bathroom facility, so you want to kind of think about that at least before you jump out there. But other than that, hey, that's what I bring. Hopefully it helps you decide what you want to bring. All right, thanks. I'll see you out there. See you next time.